Alright, so this is my Phenax God of Deception EDH deck. I'll go through it. So obviously here's the general Phenax. It's pretty powerful for the most part. The devotion's going to be pretty up there since a lot of the spells or permanents are pretty high mana cost. But his devotion's usually going to be there and giving basically point of the decks to make big fatties. Instead of attacking, you're turning them sideways in, milling them out, and just mills the theme. Yeah, alright, so there's the general. Start with the mana base. We got the basics first. 3 swamps. 6 islands. I don't know, the blue's a little bit higher usually than I find it runs pretty smoothly. Then we got the single color lands. Bojuka Bog first, hang on. There we go, Bojuka Bog and Vivid March for the black. Blue is Halmar Depths, Vivid Creek. I don't know, it's useful. It's probably not the best, but it works. Shellshock Isle. I like the hideaway lands, and this is really the only feasible one in the deck, since black one doesn't really work that well, so. Yeah. And it does happen a lot, too. Command Tower, obviously best dual land. Yeah. Since I can't afford Underground Sea. Dimir Aqueduct, starting with the multicolors. Good. Most of my lands are sorted by rarity, and then for the rest of the deck, it's converted mana cost. So everything's pretty good. I don't know. Organization. Trial Refuge. It's, I don't know, blue-black. I wish I could run more. Going to play untapped, but that doesn't happen, so at least I gain life. It's Clue Glen. It's basically just one of the tapped lands, but it's in there. Dark Slick Shores, it does happen a lot where it does come and play untapped, but at the same time, usually it's just a guild gate, essentially. Nykthos, like I said, the devotion usually gets pretty high, so being able to add extra mana and let me do more things is good. And now we got the more nicer ones. Darkwater Catacombs, River of Tears, Drowned Catacomb. Underground River is probably my favorite, actually, because I know for sure I'm always getting the color I want. And, I don't know, in some ways I think it's better than Watery Grave, but at the same time the damage over the game, I guess, is worse, but, I don't know. Sunken Ruins, filters are always needed. Watery Grave, obviously, and that's it for the duels. Now we got the colorless, so we got Evolving Wilds, the only fetch. If I had money, I'd get Polluted Delta, but obviously I don't, so works for now. Stalking Stones, it's really funny, a lot of games he just sort of sits there, and then, bam, he's a creature and I'm milling people every turn, so it's kind of funny, and I just had a foil one, so I thought it'd be in there. I guess the better option would be Creeping Tar Pit, but yeah. Crystal Vein, probably going to upgrade to an Ancient Tomb when I get it, but for now it works. Temple of the False God, I kind of like it better than Ancient Tomb, actually, just in the fact that you don't lose life, but I guess the 5 lands is bad in the early game, but works. Reliquary Tower, obviously, EDH, I'm playing blue, so I have to have it in there. Drawing cards. Ghost Quarter, Pseudo Strip Mine, I guess. A lot of people don't actually play with basics, and some of the people I play against, so it actually can be a strip mine sometimes. Nephalia Drown Yard, it's mill deck, so. And then my crappy Maze of Ith until I can get a real one. So, it works. And then Beseiju. So yeah, because I don't want people countering my spells. On to artifacts. Yeah, hang on. Alright, artifacts. Again, everything's sorted by converted mana cost, so Flame Chalice, Tormod Script. The only reason I do run Graveyard Hate, you saw with Bojuka Bog, but the reason is because there's at least one person who can mess with the graveyard before you can start milling more, or just it gets in the way, so Graveyard Hate's kind of a need in these kind of decks. So, Tormod Script, Soul Ring, another relic, exactly, Graveyard Hate, and so is House Bubon. I don't know, kind of lets me draw a card, so it's nice. Dimir Signet, Swiftfoot Boots. I should get Lightning Greaves. I'm just kind of too lazy to pick one up yet, but that'll probably be in there, maybe even tonight, if I pick one up, so. Umbral Mantle, when I saw Phenax, I was like, that's pretty awesome, and then I was like, oh, I already have a foil Umbral Mantle. So, yeah, 3 mana Gale Mill for 2 more and keep doing it. Obviously, the better one is Freed from the Real, which is also in here. 1 blue, untap it. Doesn't get the +2/+2, but whatever. Mirror Key Rune, an art mana rock that can mill people. Darksteel Ingot, obviously, good. Sans Delirium, it's mill, so it's always extra mana just poured into this. Guild Lotus, it's good mana rock. There's some, like I said, there's bigger spells in here, so obviously the 3 of 1 color is pretty good. Mirari for all the instants and sorceries like, Traumatize and stuff like that. You want to be able to do it multiple times, so this lets you do that. I was running Draw New in here for a while, but it was just not working out, and Mirari's Wake 10s work better. I don't know. Increasing Confusion, it's pretty good. I don't know, it's fun. Sink lots of mana. If you're flashing back, then a lot of cards are getting milled. Tome Scour probably should cut for a Glimpse the Unthinkable, but like I said, not much money, so working for what I got. Mind Grind, pretty good. Mind Spring, just I need some draw aside from other things. Demir Machinations. Oh yeah, I think I'm getting sorceries now. Yeah, sorceries. Sorry, I didn't tell you, but yeah. Obviously, Demir Machinations. I'm either tutoring for a combo piece like Freed from the Real, or the actual ability's pretty good, or an artifact, or it's always good value. And the actual card itself, if you really want to cast it, it's pretty good. Mind Funeral, it's mill decks, will obviously include. Sad Sack, it's really funny, late game, kicking it with, and then copying it with Mirari's Wake. It's pretty fun watching getting them rid of, everything they need, ever. It's fun. Whispering Madness, it's probably not the best card, but I've had fun. My deck's not too competitive. It's obviously not a super casual deck, but it's fun. I mean, obviously it should take it out because Ciphers are really not that big of a thing in my deck, but it's still fun for when I do use it. Plus sometimes you just want better hand. Traumatize, the OG mill, I don't know, the best, I think. Stolen Identity, to copy those big creatures and do things. Decree of Pain, draw spell with Board Sweeper, and my favorite board wipe is Plague Wind. I don't know, just because my stuff stays. The one Planeswalker in the deck, Jace Memory Adept, I think he's the only one that really needs to be in here. He works pretty well, and I can still do card draw off him, but usually he's just milling 10 cards every turn. Now on to the creatures. Again, sort my mana cost. So start off with Phantasmal Image. I love clone abilities in Commander. I know it's not as good now that the Legendary rule's in, but I still think they're fun to copy big dudes or someone else's Ulamog or something, For only 2 mana, it's not bad. Duskmantle Guildmage. It's really funny, just people don't realize what he does, and then they mill half their deck and lose 50 life and die. So, he's a funny guy. Lab Maniac, obviously it's a mill deck. I do run Dreamborn Muse, so I mean, if myself gets milled out or someone else is doing stuff like that, then obviously Lab Maniac will help me. It's just good. Solemn Simulacrum, obviously EDH include. I run every deck, so. Sewer Nemesis. This deck is I haven't done too many multiplayer games. Usually it's just 1v1. So Sewer Nemesis obviously just targeting that one person, but even even when it's not that one person, like if I want to target someone else because the other person has such a big graveyard, he just becomes huge, and yeah. More Devourer, he becomes big, and I can turn him sideways too. Mill a lot. Sangromancer, it's a weird include, but I like it. It really helps out, just, there's not really too much life gain, and I do run Phyrexian Arena and other stuff, so it's like, I need something to gain back life once in a blue moon, so whenever they mill a creature, it's like, I gain 3 life. And as you saw, I have the Whispering Madness, so sometimes that helps. Like, someone just drew a bunch of cards and I play that, so, I mean, it's fun. It works. Dreamborn Muse, the good mill creature, I don't know, it's whatever. It works really well. It can be really annoying sometimes, like when I have my Reliquary Tower out, but usually as long as I have the Phenax and the mill engine going, it's not too big of a deal, like it still gets the job done without hurting me too much, so. Lazov, he actually was my original general for this deck, and I really wanted to play him, and because it's mill, Lazov works pretty well with that, since he can copy anything that hits a yard. So yeah. Psychosis Crawler, hang on, my camera's a little weird right now. Let me angle that. I have a really crappy setup with my phone, so. Psychosis Crawler, blue, so I draw a card, sorry there. Oh, shit. Oh, there we go, okay. So, Psychosis Crawler draws cards. I might cut him eventually, but he works out pretty well, and he does mill people pretty well when my hand gets big enough. Bloodgift Demon, Phyrexian Arena on a stick. So it's Phyrexian Arena that lets me mill, essentially. Consuming Aberration, obviously the best. I had a promo, so. Nemesis of Reason, just more mill. Same with Murkovosk. And Havocal Lich lets me, it's pretty fun. I put it not too long ago, it lets me basically do whatever with any creatures. It's really fun. So let's say someone gets like a big dude in there, Avenger of Zendikar. Oh, I have a whole bunch of mana. Boom. I get a Havocal Lich, and well, Havocal Lich stays, but I get big giant Avenger of Zendikar. Because it's not really reanimation, so I had to put something in there. Arbiter of the Deal. I had the promo, and I really thought it was, I don't know, I just really like the card in itself. And with my deck, I mean, aside from maybe early on, you're not getting the Inspired, but usually you're almost every turn you're hitting the Inspired trigger. And there's a lot of permanents in my deck, so obviously it's going to hit most of the time. So it's pretty fun, and it mills for 5, so. Geth Lord of the Vault, just a badass in himself. Like, I had him as a drone for a while, and he was really fun. It was basically mono black mill, sort of. But, I mean, why not? And you get to reanimate stuff, so. Rexiel, this is one of the few creatures I actually do have that hits, usually. But, I mean, in a pinch, he can mill for 8. So, and it's really fun, since almost everyone's going to have, there's going to be someone at the table with an island or swamp, so Rexiel almost always hits, and you get a place to freeze Aztec. I don't know, he's cool, he mills, and if I do attack, and then maybe I don't want to attack, he's still pretty big, and can mill for 5 always, and he has flying if he wants to hit. This is probably the most broken card in the deck, Freed from the Real. Being able to untap anything for 1 blue mana is just insane. Because, you know, once you get the deck going, you don't really need too much mana. So having all that extra blue, bam, you gotta mill for their whole deck. If not, gain 2 people out or something, you know. Ristic Study, just good card draw. Same with Phyrexian Arena. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck, Statecraft, because, like I said, it's sometimes it's not the best, because, like, I have some Cypher things. But so far, it's been working pretty good. Like, this way I don't have to worry about someone, like, dealing damage or blocking or anything. So, usually it's just them dealing damage to me and stuff. So, but it's pretty fun. I mean, like if Rexiel, like, if I want to hit, or no, that's common damage. Whatever. Point is, it's fun. Seer's Vision. It's just a fun card I've had for a while, and I had it in other blue-black decks, and it really doesn't really serve a purpose for the deck, but it's fun being able to make them discard. I mean, it just sits there, and people get annoyed because I sort of figure out what they're doing, and it helps, so it's fun, and no one thinks about it ever, so when I play it, they're like, what the hell's that? Thought Reflection, because I like to draw lots of cards since I have arena effects, and it's shiny. Looks pretty. Now for my instance, I have all the counter spells in front just because easy of viewing. It's written by Mana Cost Swan Song. It's pretty funny. I've won a lot of games with that. Spell Crumple, Tuck Generals, Dissipate, just for things that are annoying that I don't want to see again. Stoic Rebuttal, it's usually just a counter spell, because I have a lot of artifacts. Undermine, yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't have much money, so obviously Force Will, Pact Negation don't really have, but Undermine, it works, and it's in the colors. The rest of the instance, Mystical Tutor, it's obviously good tutors for most of my good stuffs. Vision Charm, it's funny. It's just, I like it. And it's actually stopped people's combos, because no one really reads it. Most people just think the mill 4, but it does phase out artifacts, so it's pretty funny stopping combos with some random shit card. Cyclonic Rift, probably my favorite bounce spell ever. Limdal's Vault, it's basically a tutor, and you can look through your deck, and It's fun, it works. I don't know, I like it sometimes better than a tutor because it's top 5. Obviously, you can't look through the whole library to find it, but still, it's fun. Oh, and then Archive Trap. Usually, someone's going to tutor, so I can always cast it for free sometime in the game. So, yeah. Alright, that's the deck. Have fun.